Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Vech. I'll be your host for this evening. And it is the day before Beltane, which is May Day, the first union of the god and goddess. And May 1st and May 2nd has always been a hard time for me, personally, because my mom died on May 1st back in 1988, and her birthday was May 2nd, so she died the day before her 41st birthday. And as I have 6 more months before my 41st birthday, and just am having a really hard time with this whole process of living longer than my mother. And I know my sister, she had an issue with it when she turned that age, and unfortunately I don't speak to her any longer, so I can't go to her and say, listen, what were you feeling? And it's just been a very hard couple of days or a week, and so I hold no hope for the next 2 days, but I will make it through it. Quick thing, I want to send some healing energy to everybody that needs it, especially Debbie Franchino. She's having some leg issues right now, and she has cellulitis, and God, I hope I'm okay to say this, Debbie, but not many people will see it, so it's okay. And I want to send some healing energy to my little dog Roxy, who's staring at me from the couch right now, saying, "Oh no, what is he doing?" She has a urinary tract infection, and I just brought her to the vet again today, and she still has a little bit of blood in her, so the vet put her on another week of antibiotics. So, and if that doesn't work, she has to go get an x-ray, and I keep looking at her, and she keeps staring me down as Raven's asleep on the floor right next to her chair. So, that is my life. This is why I do what I do. I work so hard, and they are my girls. And I know people say that you shouldn't treat animals, the dogs, like children, but I do, and I don't really care who says what. I know what it's like to have kids. These are my kids. Okay. So I want to talk about dreams. I want to know from you whether or not there's a specific dream you have occurring over and over again, whether it happens every 6 months, every year, every 10 years, whether or not you're going through something, you have a specific dream. I know whenever I dream of me getting married, someone is dying. The only 2 times that I remember having the dream is once was in June of 2013, and I had dreamt that I was getting married, and President Obama was at my wedding, so that was kind of strange. I never would have expected the president to be at my wedding. Who am I? So I told my grandmother the dream, and she's like, all right, we'll see what happens. I didn't realize it back then that it meant death. And July 2nd, she passed away. Okay, so then a couple months ago, I had the dream again, and I knew for sure that another friend, Debbie, had passed away at that time. So I knew for sure that she had passed away because I said goodbye to her afterwards. And in that dream, I could not find my mother. And everybody else was there, from my friends now to people I have hardly ever talked to in high school, to everybody was there. So I know having that dream means usually someone is going to pass. So I just want to know from you, what dreams do you have occurring? So leave it as a Facebook message or a post or a YouTube comment, and I will get back to you. I'd like to just hear your thoughts. It would be nice to have a radio show and say, all right, next caller, what is your dream? Okay, the next one is the signs. Signs that you have throughout life that you know spirits are there. And Samhain, Halloween, I know the veil is at its thinnest, but it's also very thin around Beltane, which is tomorrow, May 1st, as I said before. So the signs are everywhere. I had a sign from, oh my god, I can't remember the sign. I wish somebody was here to help me out here. Okay, yesterday I was looking out my window, and Raven, who is a half border collie, half lab, likes to look out that window and has a tendency to leave nose prints on it. And in the nose prints, I was on the phone looking out the window, and I saw the letter R in it. And I wish I had taken a picture, but it was sunny out, so I couldn't grasp it. And I've actually cleaned the window since. And I remember the story now. And I'm pulling into work yesterday, and the song Wind Beneath My Wings came on as I was pulling in, and I had to shut it off before I started to cry because that was my grandma's song. And so I know she's always with me, and I know she's trying to send me some kind of message, and I'm just trying to determine the message. And I think the message is that she's just there for me in this time, because I know she's always been there for me when my mom passed. And yeah, sorry. It's kind of tough to talk about. So I want to know, what are your signs? Some people find pennies, some people find dimes. Some quick story: when my mom passed away, I was 11 years old, and when I turned 21, I used to find gummy bears on my picture, and I thought it really was my grandmother at first putting them, but it turned out to be my mother. And this was a special type of gummy bear that I even went to a famous candy store and I said, listen, I need to find these gummy bears. And the guy goes, they stopped making those in, I think, 1989. And I know I had put a bag of gummy bears in her coffin because the gummy bears were her favorite. Maybe next episode, before it, I'll try and find the picture and I'll show you guys. Alright, I just want to know your thoughts about signs and dreams. And this is me, Vech, signing off. Thanks.